Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to Symmetria. So we have a little bit of a problem that we need to address in today's episode, and that is, if you look in my inventory, I have no food. If we look in my chest here, I do have some pumpkins, I have some carrots, I have a little bit of beetroot, and some raw pork chops, but just overall there's not really any food in here. So there's a couple of things that I want to get going today. So one of the first things is we need to increase the size of the garden. So this garden right here is just a very simple little starter garden. I put a single water source block here, and this is just to keep the land hydrated. It's not really necessary, but it definitely helps. But we need to get a larger garden so that we can get more wheat, and especially carrots and potatoes, because potatoes will come in really handy for baked potatoes, and carrots will come in really handy for breeding pigs. And the wheat, of course, we get seeds for chickens and wheat for cows and sheep. Now the pumpkins and melons, I don't see a huge need for those currently. Eventually, if we get a villager breeder, that might become a thing. But right now, not all that big of a deal. So that will be step one of what we need to do. Step two is going to be setting up some breeder areas for cows and sheep and possibly pigs, and then possibly an auto chicken cooker. So yeah, just in general, we need to get food because I don't have anything. I actually was using beetroot stew to feed myself, and so because of that I have a few bowls, but those don't stack, and so that's not a very viable food source. So let me gather up a few resources, do a little bit of planning, and we'll tackle the garden first. So I am up here on top of the platform, and this gives a really good vantage point of the area. Can look around and see where I want to do various things. So there's a couple of spots that I could build this farm. So one of them is in this area over here. Now I don't know how big I want to make my base area because of the simple fact that if somebody else wants to build in this area, I don't want to stop them. But this is a really nice flat area. It would work pretty good. There's, I think that's actually a creeper hole. But there is a couple of spots that would need to kind of be leveled out a little. But I think we would leave this area here and basically cover a large part of this area with wheat. Now, if you're familiar with my Hermit Pack playthrough, I did a very similar thing there where I made a huge pretty much just a static wheat farm. Now, even though this would be a huge wheat farm, it would actually be a working wheat farm. We would go out there periodically, harvest it, and replant it right behind. So that's one place that I can do it. Now, another place that I could do it is just right over here. Now, this is another reasonably flat area. The only issue is it's got a couple of these little ponds in it. I'd have to clean up all the sand, and I think there's a little bit of clay right there, and then refill it and terraform the areas because there is a little bit of nasty holes and things there. So I don't know if I want to use that one, even though it does feel like a more logical place for the farm. So I'm not sure. This area here is a definite no-go for farming. It is way too steep. Definitely too much hills in that area. So this would be my first choice, but like I said, don't really want to stop other people from being able to build in the area. So, and also if I did that, I would probably want to fill these little lakes in as well. Decisions. I kind of like this area better simply because of the fact that it does feel more logical for this to be the spot for the farm. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually use this area. So I will need to clean out all of that sand and clay like I said, and I'm going to have to go down into the mines and collect some dirt because I actually don't have enough dirt to fill all that in. And, yeah, I guess I'll get to that, and I'll see you guys after I'm done. Well, this is kind of nice. So I'm down here underneath the base, found a cave just a little bit off of my tunnel going down to the mines, and right above me here, we'll get ready here with our sword, there is a zombie spawner. So let's quick get in here, light this up, kill a few zombies. I couldn't figure out why I was getting swamped by zombies down there in that big room. Well, it makes sense now. So yeah, we have ourselves a zombie spawner. We'll get a little bit of torchlight over here. And let's head back and see what we've got in the chest. Ooh, a music disc, bane of arthropods, gunpowder, bones, string, wheat, and some more iron horse armor. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, we've got enough inventory space for all of that stuff. So not a lot left, but we're going to be able to turn this into an XP grinder now, which will come in really handy for repairing items or enchanting items for that matter. But so yeah, at the moment I've been clearing out all of the various ores in the area, which it looks like, yeah, we are out of room for the coal right now. So I'm going to have to craft some of this up into blocks. But, yeah, I've got quite a bit of goodies here. Gonna have to get some of this stuff taken care of and continue to gather up that dirt, and then I'll be back. So I have the ponds filled in over here. The grass is spread back over it. This area is looking pretty good. I guess there's still one dirt block over here. Got a lot of sand out of that. I think I got like 8 stacks. Didn't get very much clay, but I did get an awful lot of sand. And creeper party over there. Holy cow. I see at least 2 of them. And a spider. Yeah, you guys can go away. So the next thing is to lay out the areas that we want to plant. And in order to do that, I want to put a wall around this stuff. Now, I was looking around on the internet looking for some ideas for walls, and I found one that I really like. So what we're going to be doing is I think it's kind of a neat design, but it was not used for this type of a setup. It was used for like around a base, but I still think it looks pretty neat. So what we'll do is we will start out by putting down a wall of cobblestone. And yeah, it does have to be like this on the corners, actually, when I think about it. But when we reach an elevation change, we will just continue on just like, nothing. Now, on top of those, we are going to place a cobblestone wall. So let me grab some of these real quick. And we'll put then a cobblestone wall on top of each piece of cobblestone. And then on top of those, we will place a wooden fence. Now this makes a rather interesting looking fence, but it does have some holes. And I don't think it's really going to hurt anything, but after we get this done, then we can also come through here and place a torch every once in a while on top of the wall. So that's not what I wanted. Let's go ahead and place a torch on there. Oh, that's too bad, Alex. But so we can go along here every once in a while and place a torch. And this makes a really neat looking wall. So this is the wall that I am going to be using around the outside of the gardens. And this, I don't know, this could be a problem, but maybe not. I don't think mobs are going to be smart enough to figure out how to path over it, so that's the main thing. And then we're not going to worry about lighting inside of the walls, because everything, and I mean everything inside of the walls, is either going to be tilled farmland or path blocks. And neither one of those is spawnable to mobs. So we won't have to worry about any mobs inside of the garden area, and it won't have to be lit up. So what I need to do now is go around and lay out the outer edge of what I want to plant, and then we'll come back and take a look at it, see how it looks. Well, one thing that I can definitely say there is, from down below, that thing feels absolutely huge, but from up here it feels small. But the general idea is that it's going to be viewed from higher up. But another thing is I am going to be putting paths along both sides of it. And what I intend to do eventually is put a path going off in that direction towards the spawn, well, not spawn village, the town, whatever. But yeah, that's going to be a long-term project, getting a road that goes all the way up to the villages. The villages? City? I don't know what you want to call it. The mesa. A couple of thousand blocks that direction. But so the next thing is going to be clearing out all of the grass and sunflowers in here and other flowers, because there are a few others in here. Some azul bluettes and oxeye daisies, a few other things there. And I had an idea. I do kind of see a couple of darker spots there. But I had an idea while I was doing this. I saw this lone giant oak tree here. And I thought, you know, that would be kind of neat to have one or two of those out here in the middle of the fields. So we're going to go back down to the bottom of the world, or the bottom of the world, the bottom of the, whatever, the ladder, I guess, for lack of anything else. And we are going to look at how you actually make a giant oak. You can force a giant oak to be produced. So one of the first things you're going to want is a transparent block. You can do it with fences, you can do it with glass. There's a couple of things that you can do it with. You know, actually, I'm not going to bother using glass because I can't pick that back up anyway. But so we're going to grab some oak, and then we are going to grab some bones for bone meal. Now, this can often take a huge amount of bone meal, and sometimes it'll happen right away. But so I don't have any entrance to this place right now, but like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a problem. We can actually get through it. So I hope mobs can't figure that one out. But so I'm thinking somewhere out here in the middle, I don't know where, but we'll try, say, right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sapling down, and then we are going to put diagonally away from it a transparent block and break this one back out. Now, oddly enough, that configuration right there will force Minecraft to grow a giant oak tree. So, I don't know. There we go. Okay, so I was going to say, I don't know how much bone meal it's going to take, but it looks like it took just a little over 16 of them. But so, ooh. Okay. Well, thanks, Vility. But so we do have a giant Minecraft oak tree there. That's pretty nice. And I think I might put another one over here. And we need to remove this one. So yeah, a lot of stuff to be done here. And hopefully we can get a good amount of seeds from clearing the grass out, because it is going to take an absolutely massive amount of seeds to cover this thing. So, as usual, a lot of work to be done, and I will be back after a little bit. So, I have all of the grass and flowers broken out in here. It's looking really nice and clean, but we have a major problem, and that is a lack of seeds. So I have almost 4.5 stacks of seeds. Now I anticipate that filling out even a small portion of this is going to take a full inventory. So Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of waiting around for wheat to grow. But I was looking through the achievement book. Achievement? Advancement? Whatever in the heck they're called now. The advancements. And I noticed that there is one here that is serious dedication. Completely use up a diamond hoe and then reevaluate your life choices. I think we're going to try to do that in here. So what we need to do is first grab a couple of diamonds, which, by the way, I'm up to 39 diamonds now. I can make an entire, suit of diamond armor. And then also I am going to grab one piece of iron so that we can make an iron shovel, because we need to be able to make some paths too. So we are going to make up that diamond hoe, and this could be a little bit of time coming, but what I want to do now is go through here and lay out a path. Oh, and by the way, I put an entrance in here. I don't know what I think of it. It feels like it should have something a little bit nicer. And also, the amount of cobblestone in this, I don't know. Maybe if we put in some mossy cobble, it would help, but it's a bit overpowering on the cobblestone. But I need to put a path here, and what I think I want to do is curve the path out to go underneath the first tree, and then I don't know where I want to go from there. But I don't want the path to go under the second tree over here. I didn't notice that tree looks kind of ragged. I don't know. Maybe we could add some leaves to it later just to make it look nice. But so we need to go through here and put in the path, and then we're going to start out with the seed planting. And because I'm not going to be putting any water sources here, this is going to have to be, this is going to have to be till place. So, yeah, got a lot of this to do, and as time goes on, we'll get tons and tons of wheat here, and that'll help to finish getting all of the wheat planted. So I am going to do a whole bunch of this and maybe let it grow a little just so that we can get a feeling for what it's going to look like, and then I'll come back and we'll take a look at it. Well, 4.5 stacks of seeds did not go very far. So yeah, this is all that I've got done so far. Got a couple of layers here. I went ahead and took all the carrots that I had and planted them here, so we're going to have carrots in this area right here, and then I started planting potatoes over here. Now what I did with the path, I ran it underneath this tree, kind of curved it around here, brought it down to this other tree, kind of goofed up there a little, and then I'm just going to have it kind of trail off into nothing. Now, underneath the trees, I am going to leave a little bit of grass, which means I am going to have to leave torches in those areas, but that will be about the only areas in this entire enclosed fence that will be lit up later on. So one thing that I do want to do is get up on top of our big platform here and see what this looks like now, because this could really look interesting. Now, one thing that I've noticed, the sound engine is kind of weird here. When I'm looking straight forward, sounds are really loud. As I start to look up, it gets less and less and less until no sound at all. So, I don't know if that's something new or if it's just a bug that's going on right now. No. I don't want to open a furnace. So, the rain is helping out there by hydrating the soil. But yeah, we have a huge amount still to plant. I would say with this being 4.5 stacks, just this side here, we'll probably be looking at another 12 stacks, maybe more, of seeds. just to get that area planted. And I think what I may do is plant this whole area to wheat, do a little bit over here wheat, maybe up to this contour line, and then we'll plant this entire area to potatoes, and then these two areas to carrots. I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll figure out some way to divide the carrots and potatoes, but lots and lots of seeds still need to be planted. And we are, well, about a fifth of the way down on our durability. So, actually a little more than a fifth of the way. We're about a quarter of the way down on our durability on our diamond hoe. So I would say before we get this whole thing tilled, we will use up that diamond hoe. So I am going to be watching this periodically, harvesting what I can, planting more, but now I think it's time to move on to the animals. So I have not thought about where I want to put the animals, so I need to do a little bit of thinking about that. And once I get that decided and figure out what exactly I'm going to build, then I'll come back and we'll look at that. You know, I just realized something. I don't have my texture pack turned on. So let's go ahead and get this turned on. That might help just a wee bit. Yeah, that does, very definitely. So I have been harvesting a little bit of spruce in order to be able to get some leaves, because I was thinking that really might help this wall, and it does. Not to mention the fact that I'm able to now put torches down underneath, and that helps to hide this stuff. So yeah, that makes a big difference. Oh my gosh, what the heck was I thinking before? So I think I have an idea for what I want to do here. So I've started putting the path around the side here, and I think I want to build the area for at least the cattle breeder right in here. So I hadn't really decided on a theme for the base, but this wall kind of spelled it out for me. You know, I hate to say that we're going to be doing a medieval type thing, but I think we are. So if you guys don't like the idea, I might be able to adapt it into like a steampunk, but at the moment it's looking like it's going to be medieval. So I do need to clear out a little bit of area here and try to figure out exactly how I want to lay this building out. Basically what I'm wanting to do is make like a barn and then have somewhere within it that I have the animal breeder. So let me see what I can come up with on that, and once I get something figured out, at least a basic design, I'll bring you guys back and we can kind of work on some of it together. So really, I don't have enough time to build the area for the breeder. So I think instead we are going to go ahead and retire our iron armor because it has taken a lot of damage. The helmet is almost broken and the others are more than half gone. So instead we are going to upgrade to diamond. So go ahead and make up the 4 pieces here. And we're gonna head to spawn. We have the lapis in here, and we're gonna enchant this stuff up and see what kind of enchantments we get. Now I will probably also make another pickaxe as well, just in case, to see if we can get like silk touch or efficiency, fortune 3 on that. So yeah, I am going to make at least 1 pickaxe, and I'll meet you guys over at the village. All right, here we are. So there are 3 things that I am going to be looking for on the pickaxe. We will be looking for either Fortune 3, Silk Touch, or Mending. So we're going to drop in some lapis and throw the pickaxe up here. Oh, well, Silk Touch right off the bat. So we'll go ahead and take that. Efficiency 4 and Silk Touch. So that is not perfect, but it's not terrible. So let's go ahead and check the boots next because I really want feather falling. So protection, nope. Fire protection, I would prefer something to deal with underwater. Protection 3 and fire protection 3. So I suppose we'll take the protection 3 on the leggings and let's try the boots again. Ooh, depth striders 3. Actually, I think I will take that. That seems pretty good, and we've got unbreaking and fire protection there. That's nice. So let's try the helmet next. Fire protection. Fire protection. Well, yeah, not the best in the world. Unbreaking 3, and we don't have enough levels now. Well, that is kind of unfortunate, but we have a sign here that says Dual XP Farm is available via the hub, and I happened to see the sign for that while I was in the Nether. So that Dual XP Farm is skeletons and zombies, and well, quite frankly, I need some bone meal for what I'm going to be doing on the buildings out at the base. So I think I'm going to head down there, get a few more levels again, and yeah, I'm going to see how much time we've got left, if I've got time to get a little bit more, and then I'll meet you guys back here. So after many attempts at enchanting this helmet, I finally got Respiration 3. Now that is going to be really useful if we ever do anything underwater, so I'm going to definitely take that. We got Fire Protection 4 with it. Not the best setup in the world, but I also have Looting 2 now on my iron sword, but I'm going to be using this stone sword for a while, just so that I can save that looting for when we happen to finally go to the Nether and try to get some Wither Skulls. So I think that's going to be it for today, and by the way, I want to thank Soul Supreme Being for making this farm. That is very handy, and it's really nice having the enchanting setup right here. So I want to say thanks to him, and yeah, I'm going to say if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on here on Symmetria, be sure to leave that down in the comments. Also, just so you know, TechNode Firmacraft will not be stopping. I am going to try to alternate these episodes back and forth, so expect the next episode to be TechNode Firmacraft, and I will see you next time. Bye!